Welcome back, everybody. We are still on the Stealth Stamina Necromancer. This is such a cool build. I've been having an absolute blast playing this thing. The build video will be coming really soon for everybody. It's not quite finished yet, but I got a lot of footage on this thing so far, and I thought I would share with you guys some of the fun I've been having in IC. This thing has amazing stealth uptime, really similar to that of a Stamina Nightblade. And then on top of it, we get to enjoy all of the big AoE smacks, damage reduction, and just raw healing power that Stamina Necromancer has. So yeah, it's led to a very interesting Nightblade-esque build that has some really cool strengths and not a lot of weaknesses. A really strong build all around, much better than I thought it would be, can actually hold its fight out of stealth as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into that PvP commentary. As you guys can see here, we jumped on the first player, we got a nice kill, but we've got a lot more yellow coming in on this location, more coming through the tunnel here, and I just end up sprinting out of there using the Vampire Stealth passive. I really like that passive because if you LOS using a bit of terrain while continuing to sprint, you can enter stealth and then re-engage from stealth how you please. And here you see we set down the Blast Bones, go for our potion to re-stealth up, and then the Dawnbreaker, and we throw that nasty Vampire Drain on to push our weapon damage even further. On this build, we can sit at over 8k weapon damage when we get that Drain fully going, so it gives us a really, really powerful gank when we come out of stealth, but we have to be super careful not to leave the Drain on or it can be really devastating for us as well. And here you can see we're trying to put the work into this enemy Templar, just trying to put the Executioners down on him, but he's just holding block, spamming those heals, so we just go back to recycling our buffs, throw the Defile on with our Blast Bones as well. The Templar responds with his ultimate, and there you see we get a good combo on him, and you can just see the healing power there, especially in a one-on-one. This build has quite an impressive amount of healing power while we're sitting in our tethers. And that's a big thank you to the potions we're using too. Not only do they provide us with the 16 or so seconds of stealth, but we get 16 seconds of healing over time as well. And there you can see we missed the Dawnbreaker on this guy. Oh man, I was missing a lot of Dawnbreakers today, but moving on, we continue down in the tunnel here, and I find a few more yellow that have just finished fighting what looks like to be a sweeper down here. So I just sprint around, get back into stealth, and I'm going to look for an opening here, see which target I want to pick. I'm focusing on that enemy Nightblade there, because the other player looks fairly tanky, and the Nightblade, I know from fighting him earlier, is going to have some good damage coming out of stealth. And there you see right away, he chunks me really hard. Actually, I left my Drain on there a little bit longer than I should. That's super dangerous. You can see just how much damage that'll do to you if you're not careful with it. So I go for a bit of a sprint there. We re-stealth up. The Nightblade really close to us in stealth as well. And we just lay down a bit of Blast Bone work, go for the potion, and I drop the Dawnbreaker on these guys into the Executioner on the enemy Nightblade. And just enough damage to kill that Nightblade. She was fairly squishy, and it looks like the other yellow is taken off out of here as another player comes wandering in as well. And it's an enemy Stamina Sorcerer. I just set the Blast Bones down, hit him with that stun, and go for the crit rush. We don't have our ultimate ready, so we just open with a little bit less powerful of a combo. I really like the Magnum Shot into crit rush still, though. We can do quite a lot of damage with it, especially with Blast Bones throwing his head in there too. These guys are trying to get through the door here, and I'm just patient. I just set down the Blast Bones to keep them both from getting through the doorway, and then we just crit rush in a big Dawnbreaker to finish that guy. And now we've got just this last player left. Hit him with the stun there. Blast Bones comes flying in. We finally caught him through his block, and I work my way further into the sewer, and we finally find the Bumblebee Hive. A lot of yellow in the center here, so I just start poking them with Blast Bones because that's, of course, what you should do. You're by yourself, and there's a lot of yellow, and I just sprint around the corner. We get into stealth. I pop out of stealth again, though, just to throw the Blast Bones on this guy. I don't expect the entire yellow group to come charging around the corner like that, so I'm caught off guard pretty bad there. Fortunately, we did have the potion ready, and we managed to stealth up quick enough to get through that corridor. And I'm just going to sit in the corridor here and just try to lay some Blast Bones on these guys. I have my potion passive ready, and here you go. I set the Blast Bones down, and I'm going to come back around the corner again. What I'm trying to do here is set the Blast Bones, and then we're going to stealth up and try to get an ultimate combo off on these guys. So I'm just being patient with it. There you see, I go for the stealth, just going for the combo there on these two. Catch him with a really nice stun. Our Drain nearly killing us there. Super, super dangerous move. Thankfully, we get a huge rally heal, and Necromancer just pulling tons of healing with that tether up as well. So we're able to somehow pull out of that, seal the 2 kills as well. And this guy's going to try to go for the res, just knock him back with our bow there. Hit him with the greatsword, heavy attack, and he summons the Atronach, which ends up actually killing my blast bones before it hits him. We could have brought that guy into a dangerously low HP. We're just going to keep on re-engaging here. Another enemy Nightblade popping out of stealth, hitting us pretty hard with his combo out of stealth there. So we just back up through the tunnel again, reset our buffs, and go for the potion stealth here. And I'm just going to wander in again, knock this guy back, try to stop the res. Unfortunately, I was a little too slow to it. We get ourselves stunned right away, and we got more yellow players coming from behind here. And we're going to use that Vampire Sprint passive. Again, 3 seconds of sprinting works quite well. We LOS into it, and by the time they can attack us from the LOS, we are invisible. And in that fight, I do re-engage and get myself killed again later on, if you guys are curious. Now, moving on to our next fight, we open up with a bit of a burst on that first player there, and we go for the combo on this guy here, and he just holds still, eats the blast bones. Alright, no problems there. Now we've got the enemy Sork here as well. I throw the blast bones down on the Sork, we crit rush into him, go for the Dawnbreaker. There's blast bones, a little late to the party, but a huge combo on that Sork there, and I go for the Executioners, finally bringing him down with the last one as he summons the Atro, and this enemy Stam Sork jumps on top of us here. And he goes for the business right away, getting a good stun on the streak there. We just LOS the Dawnbreaker by moving back through him, and we're just going to keep on doing that in this fight. Just continue to try to move behind him and just keep summoning the Blast Bones. And honestly, man, Necromancer in a 1v1, keeping that Blast Bone pressure up just messes people up. You can see the Sork has a lot of trouble coming back to full health, and we connect a good combo there. Even without the ultimate, we managed to bring him down with quite a bit of damage. Now for our next fight here, we open up on this guy out of stealth. Just a nasty Necromancer gank. You know, you see them every day, and we're going to open up on the next player. He's looking for us, throwing AoEs down. We set down the Blast Bones again, knock him back into the crit rush, and we're just going to pop him for the last bit of HP there. And wait for more yellow players to come around the corner. Here they are. We throw down the Blast Bones again. This enemy Nightblade dodging our attack. Good stuff, but he's going to kite back to the back end of the group. We got him with a huge Blast Bone smack there. And I'm just going to stick behind this pillar here. We got our potion ready. And now we're just going to sneak up behind this guy. We got our Drain down as well. Big combo with the Dawnbreaker there. Almost a 9k Dawnbreaker. No crit. And we bring that Nightblade down too. Now here I actually just sprint into the wall, and that works to get your character into stealth. As long as you're sprinting, you don't have to be moving, so you can sprint into something and hold still while you do it. So we managed to just sneak on out of that position and try to reopen on these guys. I think they managed to unfortunately get that res off. Go into stealth again here. I set my Drain up, try to hit him with the Executioner there, but we get unlucky, don't get a crit there, so we don't get enough damage to bring him to anywhere really near threatening. But this blue player jumping in with a bomb, just quickly killing 2 yellow players off. And I just kite my way back around here, just keep laying down the Blast Bones on these guys. We got another potion ready. And there we set the Drain on. The Blast Bones hits him into the ultimate. And we're just going to turn our Drain off into the heal. And just sap the body there. And we've got 1 yellow player left here. And this guy's trying to get away. No, you don't. Hit him with the stun there. The crit rush into him. And a nice combo there to bring down. And for our last fight here, we've got some more ganks in the Imperial City. So I hope that you guys enjoy. This build has been an absolute pleasure to play. Dare I say this is the coolest build that I have ever played. It is such an interesting style to explore on the Necromancer. And I think what makes this incredibly cool is that it's not just Necromancer that can do this. You could play this on any class that you want. And you could even do it on a Magicka build. So I can't wait to share this one with you guys. Look forward to it in the next day or two. If you guys want to send in your clips for the top 5, or if you want to send in a build to be featured on the channel, you can send that to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Check out my Twitter if you guys want to keep up to date with what's going on with me, and of course it lets you know when I'm streaming as well. Check out that Twitch to catch those live streams. The schedule's on there too, guys. And of course, check out my website, KristoferESO.com, if you guys want to find written guides to all of my builds, as well as a hub for all of my ESO content. We are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They can give you better ping to your favorite games, and they're free to try for the first month via the link down in the description below. And then last but certainly not least, a big thank you and a huge shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You guys keep the dream alive, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. A big thank you to everybody just for tuning in and watching today. And as always, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you next time.